So lost in the Yannick Ngakoue trade mania, Minnesota Vikings announced that former Penn State UDFA wide receiver Dan Chisena is now former Penn State UDFA safety Dan Chisena. He's just over here like, hey guys, hey Yannick people, hey, come over here. Nah, not so much. So number one, I think it's clear that Chisena is at least in the practice squad sphere at this point. It'd be weird to move positions the final week with no preseason games, and then you're just like, you're cut, you're gone. So I think that it's likely that he stays at least within the sphere there. Number two, man, like we've been talking about how disappointing the safety draft picks like Brian Cole II, who's already gone, as well as Josh Metellus, as well as UDFA Miles Dorn, who's highly regarded coming out of North Carolina. I mean, they must have just bombed. It must be really bad because you're flipping a wide receiver to safety, as well as you put a waiver claim for Steven Parker, as well as you moved Nate Metters, the cornerback, to safety too. So just like, and they worked out Georgia Loca. So things are just going great behind Harrison and Harris. So that's just cool. So Dan Chisena, moving the safety, background him. 6'3", 205, former football and high school track star, Downingtown East, outside of Philly. Don't hold that against him. He's probably an Eagles fan, but yeah, no. Won high school state track titles in the 100-meter dash, 200, as well as the 4x1 relay, and got on scholarship Penn State, Happy Valley. Ran track for the Nittany Lions for 3 years. Was Big Ten champions in the 4x1 relay, as well as set school records in the 4x1 and the 4x4. Pretty big deal. But he's like, I got to scratch that football itch, see more of a future in it there. Probably not going to go to Olympics, so let's try and Vince Papali this B. Focused on football 2018. Was initially on the scout squad, the college equivalent of the practice squad. Eventually worked his way up, earned a scholarship. 2019, played in 12 games, mainly on special teams, as well as a little bit of wide receiver. Played 195 snaps over 12 games on offense for the Nittany Lions, as well as recorded 3 catches for 66 yards on 5 targets, plus had 4 quattro special teams tackles. So no combine, no pro day. Did do great in like one of the All-Star game. I was MVP of it was like Tropicana, whatever bowl. Yeah. Chisena, he ran a 4.32 40, which is what you would expect. Track star, you know that. So at that size, 6'3", 200, 205, as well as running that 4.32, you're like, this is intriguing. Like at minimum, bottom of the roster. Maybe he's a punt gunner. Maybe he does something else. Intriguing. Like you got the height, you got the length, you got the speed. There's a little bit of something there. And now moving to safety, I don't think necessarily changes his role because I think the Vikings saw him as a special teamer to begin with, aka the brand new Chris Walsh. Woo! But really more like a modern day Matthew Slater. Where Matthew Slater has been a phenomenal special teamer for a number of years. Like been to the Pro Bowl, won Super Bowls, etc. But he's always been listed as a wide receiver. Now, I think his work as an actual wide receiver is pretty minimal. If they just named a special teams position for him, I may as well just call him a special temer. He's making a really good case that he should make the Hall of Fame as a special teamer. But coming back to Chisena, like, maybe he doesn't cut the mustard as a wide receiver. The Vikings are sneaky deep with young depth at wide receiver. He certainly wasn't getting the time of day, was getting some minimal reps with the threes. Maybe they do question his hands. Maybe they do this and other things. But he's got size. He can tackle as well as he's got speed. So why not try him out at a different position? Frankly, I'm not add some weight on him, see if he can become a linebacker. But safety does make sense as he's got to attend some meeting room. So a meeting room that doesn't necessarily change his role as a special teamer, but he's got speed, teach him how to cover, as well as he can bring the wood a little bit. Everything's upside. Everything is a bonus after that. So, like I said, the next Chris Walsh, but makes sense with his special teams tackling ability that you convert him. Maybe he makes a little bit of hay there because it's not out of the realm of possibility. Because like we said, the Vikings do have great upper mobility at those safety positions, as well as Anthony Harris's future isn't secure long-term for the Vikings. Same thing, Harrison Smith, only 2 years left on his deal. So maybe Chisena, all of a sudden, the moving to the other side of the ball is like a duck in water, and he's great. Maybe he's like a John Lynch or an Eric Weddle or a Harrison Smith or a Brian Russell or Dustin Fox. You guys remember that? The Vikings drafted a white cornerback. Great. Good times. But we're a combination of size and speed. I think it makes sense, as well as speaks highly of how highly the Vikings think of Chisena. I think that he's going to stay in the sphere. All right, so your thoughts, Dan Chisena, move into safety. Let us know in the comment section below. Subscribe for daily Vikings takes. Want to support that work? Post on the Venmo. But until next time, Skol, production value.